Wind speed about 2.8 knots. 41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Do I recognize this voice?
Conditions
This is
are
a new
optimal.
character, right?
Commence the experiment.
Is this baby Zeno?
Lower your firing angle by 1.27 degrees. It's not your guy's fault you missed your target.
And there's baby
It's a matter
Stanley.
of skill,
Okay.
not of equipment.
So this is how they met. It's like Taiju and Senku.
Well done. That was true elegance in motion. It utilizes the Lorentz force to fire projectiles with magnetism rather than gunpowder.
Ooh, he created a
Trying to start a
railgun?
revolution or something?
An exciting proposition, to be honest.
As a child?
For now. This
And
is
a
my
partnership
first
that would be a
practical experience.
lifetime.
Yeah, same here.
Oh! Eevee was saying that he liked the new opening. Let's see what this is. I already love the colors. I love how fast it moves. It's like, I don't know, the style? The crackling style? Ooh, I like that. I like that style. I really like that song. The visuals, other than the crackling credits in the beginning, they're okay. But the song was great.
Let's start by assessing our current situation.
That sounds like an fantastic fate plan to me. We can start by
Oh,
onboarding
Gen's
our new pals,
finally
giving them a
back.
rundown on our intentions.
I don't understand why you're getting so excited. You know
We have
we're on the
such a
right.
great crew here.
Tell me
Other than
something
Hyoga, like,
about Senku.
I don't mind Hyoga.
Assuming
I
we
like
do
him.
find the source that's been awaiting discovery
But
for
like the
thousands
rest of this
years,
crew,
have you
it's full of some of my favorites.
There's a stupid amount of radio waves coming at us from the moon's direction. We were bound to pick up on it.
The top scientific minds of the new world
The
have
harmonica and the
congregated at
soundtrack.
I say we start by sharing everything we know.
last. Very well. Let us
Oh,
demonstrate that science is elegant.
okay. Already working together. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I don't see Ginro anywhere. Where is he?
No.
Matsukai!
Don't tell me Ginro snuck up on the other ship. Ginro, why? Oh, okay, I thought he was actually in the dog house. I thought he was inside.
Everyone go!
Dude.
Mr. Ginro, I understand your plan, Brave Master. You seek to gather information to ensure we prevail over the enemy.
Not quite, man. Not quite.
Right, something like that.
Dude, look at that gun! That thing's massive! It's a hell of a U-turn.
Or you could just tell us where your friends went off to with Zeno.
Right, they don't speak the same language.
I'm just doing the right thing here, you know? I mean, it's his job to guard,
He's
it's my job to be
right
guarded. Hiding like a
there.
coward is what any smart
How does
person would
Stanley
do.
not see him
My
yet?
mission is to stay safe, no matter how terrifyingly painful this ends up being for him. It's called South America! No clue where it is, but that's where they're going!
Damn it. I mean, he did the right thing. Oh, Ginro, my dude. You spilled!
Anyway, my name's Ishigami Byakuya. I'm an astronaut.
I love hearing his voice.
Understood.
My
Those
mans.
in space at the time evaded the petrification beam.
Love that. I love that we always keep seeing him.
One measured step at a time.
Indeed, a perfect union will combine efforts to pinpoint the exact longitude and latitude.
Ah, they're
Discover the
getting
origin of
excited
this being that
together.
petrified all of humanity thousands of years ago.
Dr. Zeno, get excited. Bubbles.
That's bad. I've never seen bubbles that big before. Come on, guys. This looks hella fun.
And
You gotta
Stanley's
let me know
free
this
too.
action.
Or no, Zeno's free too.
Playing around.
You're a lot more into how stuff looks, aren't you?
That's super cool. Can you actually do that?
Yeah, pretty sure. And from Senku's perspective on the other side of the planet, the petrification beam should have come from the ground, right?
Gut instincts are of no consequence to a true scientist. All that matters to us is
No.
demonstrating
Follow what
everything
Chrome says. He's
objectively.
usually right.
We'll have to account for the temperature and weather at the time.
Come on.
Chrome. Take notes, man. Take notes.
He went out spying and never came back.
More bubbles. Science hard at work.
Assuming the atmosphere's refractive index is 1.06, the horizon would have shown 500 kilometers.
Oh, Chrome's brain.
6 seconds than the beam's speed was.
Therefore what, though? What is your there even for-ing? You two finished your calculations before I knew what was happening, which I still don't.
Just need the
Me
angle.
too, Chrome.
A ballpark
Me
would
too.
work.
I concur. These are all guesses. But if we keep
Ah, it's so cool seeing Senku work with his old teacher.
Yet by bringing our minds together,
We can triumph.
Oh my gosh. That's the thumbnail.
3 degrees 7 minutes south, 60 degrees 1 minute west.
How do you even do this all in your head? Get excited. And credits. Yep. How do you do all that in your head? Oh my gosh, man. Right off the bat, I love the colors. Ooh. This is a lot better than part 1's credits. Oh, I love that. The constellations, like the constellations becoming her leg. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love that. Okay. Right off the bat, I don't know if this is going to be an unpopular opinion or not. I think I liked the outro more than I liked the intro. I'm not going to lie. What can I say? Another great episode of Dr. Stone. What can I say, guys? That was great. It's I liked that it served as a little refresher for those that may have forgotten or like shaken up on some details over the past like 3 or 4 months. Usually, I feel like that would have been like really good like if it had been a year. I think they could have gone right off the bat because it's been a very short amount of time relatively compared to like when other seasons of anime come out. But I liked that the refresher segment, which I think definitely the first episode of season 4 had that. I don't remember if previous episodes had those, or previous season premieres had those refresher segments. But yeah, this one I liked. It was very short, very to the point. And then we just got right into it. And there's a lot, like Baby Zeno creating a railgun. That's got to come back, right? Like, is Zeno going to create a railgun to shoot the moon or something? Is Stanley going to shoot said railgun? Does Stanley have a railgun that we are unaware of at this very moment? Who knows? Stanley is sadly not as hot on our tails as I thought he was, because in that little refresher they showed like the image of their boat and then their airship like right basically almost bumping their starboard boat terminology. Yeah, it was almost bumping on them. And then we cut back to Stanley. You know, we get the wide shot and like, oh, okay, they're not that close. And then we cut back to Stanley. He hasn't even left yet. So if Ginro didn't say anything, Stanley just wouldn't be a problem. Like, damn it, Ginro. Why does Ginro... No, shoot. Yeah, I was going to say, why does Ginro know? But, like, the goal was to always go to South America. Like, America was just a pit stop to get the corn? Right? Was it corn? Yeah, Corn City. America was just a pit stop for the Corn City. For the revival fluid. But the goal was always South America. So I guess there was no way of hiding it from Ginro. But man, like, he did the right thing. I can't really be mad at Ginro. He did do the right thing, but he broke in seconds. I wonder, I think Stanley, did Stanley know that he was there? Did Stanley use Ginro, like, how much is, I don't know. I don't know if Stanley knows that much about... I don't know if Stanley knows enough about Ginro to know that he will break easily. I don't think they met. But... Did he use Ginro to... did he know that... Oh, this warrior is not going to crack under pressure. But that guy... yeah, I don't have to do anything for this torture session. This is gonna be easy payday. I wonder. I don't know. He did seem pretty cocky with the whole lighter gun. Like, he's already lighting his own cigarette, so maybe I'll say he did know. And I guess that means that Stanley knows how to speak Japanese. Because I'm pretty sure Zeno was doing all the translating. And it seems that I don't remember the Secret Service lady's name. I don't know if I wrote it down or not. Let me see. I have Brody because he played a pretty integral part in the last episode. Dr. Brody, man. I love him. I want more. I want more Brody. I want to see him more. No, I don't see someone that would resemble her name. All the names I see here I remember. Man, I forgot they built a submarine. That's so cool. That's so cool. But I like her. So I am excited to see more of her in action. But I wouldn't mind an episode following Brody and what's the reporter girl's name? I don't remember her name either. But Brody and the reporter, because I think she's Nikki. Nikki's the one that's in charge. Brody and Nikki working together to create their corn city. I think that I just want more Brody. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. He was, I think, my favorite new addition to the cast of last season, and he barely had any screen time. But at the very least, it seems that she doesn't know how to speak Japanese, because I loved her. Yeah, just tell us what your friends are. And it's the picture of the world, Senku on a boat, and an arrow. And I think she actually wrote the word aware, but that doesn't help because he can't read English. But that was great. That was a great gag. But I'm going to assume that Stanley knows how to speak Japanese. I don't think we saw him do any translating, but it does get a little confusing sometimes. And I did check out a few scenes in the sub. It's a little more clear when they're speaking English, and I think it was. I know I checked out the Carlos. Was it Carlos or Max? One of the two Luna friends, when Taiju abducted them, he was speaking in English in the Japanese version, but they didn't keep that up for very long. I don't know how they would do it, other than like having someone speak another language, but then you would have to read subtitles for both Japanese and English. Like in the sub version, someone would have to speak clear English, so the Japanese would have to speak like the Japanese viewers would have to read subtitles. And then in the English version, it's either they speak Japanese or they speak another language, which I think it'd be cool if they spoke Japanese. Just get like the sub actors to do their own dubbing in their own voice. But I don't know. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Just forget that they're speaking different languages, or everyone speaks the same language here. But yeah, Baby Zeno and the railgun. We have Senku over here. What was he trying to build? I know he built a gun. He built like a taser and tased his bullies. But what did he was trying to a rocket, right? Yeah. So we have Senku trying to build a rocket so we can explore space, and then at the same time, probably, we have Zeno building a gun that looks like a tank to blow up a pumpkin. The difference in the two, but it is like a cool dynamic because this is Zeno and Stanley's meet cute, but like also at the same time it's Taiju and Senku's first time meeting too, and like I love seeing the dynamic between them. Like this is the evil versions of something we've known for so long. Something pure we've known for so long. It's like this is like also a pure relationship, but it's just not pure in morals and morality. I don't know if it's a pure relationship. I mean, it's like they're good friends, wink. But like I think they're like Senku and Taiju, they're like pure in terms of wholesomeness. We're gonna save the world and all that. And Stanley and Zeno is like we don't get to see a lot of their relationship, not yet. But like I think they're pure in terms of like their loyalty to each other. But in terms of their goals, but I think that was a great way to open this new season. Like, these are our two kind of new primary focus. See how they kind of co-align and contradict, but contrast with Senku and Taiju. And then I really like the opening. I love the song, and in the beginning of the opening, I love the crackling credits. Most of the opening is just like static images. It's not like super complex. I don't know if I would nominate it for my opening of the year, which I'll explain later. I'll explain later on if you're interested. The process of that. I don't know if I would nominate it for opening of the year, but the song is definitely going on my playlist. Then we have such a killer cast. Dr. Stone has always had a great cast, right? But the problem, one of the few problems of Dr. Stone is the cast is simply too big, because like 75% of these characters are my favorite characters, and they don't all get the same amount of love and screen time every season, because we have to rotate characters out. Like in season 3, Chrome didn't get much. Season 3 part 2, Chrome didn't get much screen time, but Ryusui did, and now Ryusui isn't getting as much screen time, but it looks like Chrome's cycling back in. And then we have Kasaki on board, Suika, Kohaku, Tsukasa, which Tsukasa hasn't had any screen time since ever. No, I'm joking. Like, I want to see more like of an arc when it comes to Tsukasa, especially the whole dynamic between Zeno being exactly what he did fear, what science would do to the Stone World. I mentioned this back in the part 1 of season 4, but I feel like Zeno and Tsukasa have such a untapped potential in terms of drama that can be drawn out. Will they do it? I don't think they'll like milk it too much, just because it looks like Zeno is getting onto the team. Granted, he's doing this for his own reasons of like, it would be so exciting to figure out where this came from. Like, he's not doing it because he wants to save the world. He's doing it because he's a very curious person. Curiosity drives him. But I love that dynamic too. I think the last part 1 of this season, did an excellent job of framing Senku and Zeno's relationship with each other. And that, like, the whole flashback episode, which I think is one of my favorite episodes of the whole series in general, which that's hard to say because there was a lot of great episodes in the series. Like the astronaut 2-parter one back in season 1 is phenomenal. Which, is it cheating because it's a 2-parter? I don't know. But like the flashback of Zeno in the past or / modern day, whatever, before the petrification, of him taking Senku seriously, of him seeing. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't at the same time. I forgot Senku would not have been born yet. I forgot how old Zeno is. It's kind of hard to tell with he and Senku look pretty similar in age right now, but he's significantly older than him. But Zeno being like the only person to take Senku seriously when he like asks these super complex questions. Well, why is a 5-year-old asking these questions? Now he must be pranking us. And Zeno's like, no, hold, like, let him cook, right? Let me help him cook. Part 1 did such a phenomenal job at building that relationship, and now we get to see the payoff of they're still technically on different sides, but they're working towards a very similar goal. And Zeno's curiosity right now, right now, I believe Zeno like knows the situation he's in. Is like, okay, even if I did try and break out or betray them, right now Stanley's nowhere near me, so I'm gonna be no help to myself if I do that. So why not for right now help them and play along not even play along. Senku knows exactly like what Zeno is thinking. Probably he's not. He might have freed Zeno, but he knows that like I'm not gonna like give him control of like a gun or anything or whatever. Right? But like Zeno sees the situation he's in and he's like, you know what? Instead of being stubborn, instead of trying to escape, or instead of trying to sabotage them, I want to know what this petrification beam is. I want to know how it started. I want to know what's going on with the moon. I will help them, and I have faith that Stanley will eventually come and get me. But while I'm waiting for Stanley, I'm gonna put in the work to figure out some of this stuff with my genius protege here. And I love just seeing them work together, which I think last season I said I want to see them work together now, and it was a big question as to like if Zeno had some kind of emotional connection to Senku, seeing him as his protege, or he saw Senku as someone similar, someone that could like see the world that he sees it, but of course Senku doesn't see the world as something to be fixed, or something that he can improve by ruling it, whereas Zeno does. But Zeno decided to take the shot on Senku anyway, which means he has no the emotional connection he does have to Senku does not hold him back. He's like, okay, I recognize your brilliance, but you're in my way. But I love to see them working together now. It's like the master and the student, and now it's master and master, using their brains, using their knowledge from different sides of the world to pinpoint exactly the exact coordinates as to where the petrification beam originated from. That's great. I love seeing that. And then Chrome is literally just the audience insert. Like, even if he wasn't, like, Chrome is smarter than me for sure, right? But even if he wasn't like a caveman, no, if he was born in modern day, he'd be able to figure it out. But like, as smart as Chrome is, what these two are saying, nah, over my head. And just went over. Chrome was trying so hard to understand, but they were just moving too quickly for him. If they gave him time, I'm sure he would have caught on. But I do wonder if Chrome is onto something with the petrification beam being slower underground. I don't know. I'm trying to think back to the island when the whole island was petrified. I don't think we saw someone in a cave get petrified. I mean, they would still get petrified, but was the beam slower? That was a question, right? Well, we seem to figure out the beam. But yeah, Chrome still helped. He was able to make the observation of the beam doesn't travel faster the longer it's activated. It stays at a consistent rate. So he was still able to help, and that's a very key observation. But yeah, it was a great scene. I love seeing them play with the bubbles. That's just science at work right there. Love seeing Byakuya again. Oh my gosh. I just realized, I looked at my notes, I just realized I started talking about the cast, went on a huge tangent, and then, yeah, no, this is a killer cast. The only character that I'm like, whatever on is Hyoga and Ginro. But Hyoga, I do enjoy more now. Like, the more we see him, the more I enjoy him. And Ginro is just like, bro's gonna, I can do without him, but it's whatever. It's fine. But yeah, I love seeing Byakuya again. They may have killed him off. I mean, technically he's been killed off since the beginning, but we saw his death in a flashback. I was worried that would be the last time we saw him, but nah, we just keep seeing him. We keep bringing him back, and every time it gets me. I love that man. And then Beam on the Horizon, which I already talked about a little bit. So before we wrap up, I'm gonna check up some comments on the Discord. Let's see. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna check up some comments on the Discord right now. If you want to join the Discord, it's linked down in the description below. And I am doing a kind of a poll for every anime that's coming out this year. I'm gonna make a video at the end of the year with a whole bunch of nominations, talking about the best anime openings, endings, like the best genre for fantasy, isekai, romance, action, all that. I'm gonna have a huge video talking about the people's favorite, so you guys get to vote, and you guys also get to nominate some of the stuff. So if you want to check that out, come down to our Discord, check it out, nominate some of your own things, and then at the end of the year we'll have a massive poll, and then I'll make a video with that poll. But let's see. Oh my goodness, wait, let me scroll down a little bit. I know Eevee sent me a DM. Okay, here it is. The new Dr. Stone episode was one of my favorites. I also love the new OP, but Dr. Stone always cooks with those, which every episode of Dr. Stone is one of my favorites. Like, he does the same thing that I do. Every time an episode ends, I'm like, oh, that's one of my favorite episodes of Dr. Stone. This one I enjoyed a lot. The Senku and Zeno bonding time. I think that was the best part of the episode. And the opening was pretty good. It's so hard to beat Ohio World, though. That one's like, I liked the opening, but there's just something about the first opening, man. I love that one. But yeah, this was a good episode. A very good start to the season. And the opening was, I think this was a step up from last season's opening, which last season's opening was good, but it did take me a while to get into it. This one, I really got into it immediately. And then we have, let's see, Hamilton. I think this was Hamilton. I know you said to call you something else, but that was 4 months ago. I'm sorry, I forgot. Or you said if it was easier to call you something else, but I forgot it was 4 months ago. So, but yes, this is in our Discord. The first one was a DM. This one is actually from the Discord. Dr. Stone episode thoughts while I have the time. Might not be able to do it for every episode, but I'll try. First off, this scene with little Zeno and Stanley is so cute, especially since that wasn't in the he says anime, but I'm gonna assume he means manga. Also, the Byakuya thing almost made me cry. It was so wholesome. That is the power of Byakuya, man. Every time that man comes up, I'm just like, I'm weak. He won. I'm weak already. Don't say a word. I'm gonna cry. Every time Byakuya comes on screen, man. And it's so, I love the visualization of this is his voice preserved for thousands of years. So he might be gone. Like, his body ain't even a skeleton. It's not even a skeleton anymore. But he is 100% gone. But he's still here with us, both because of this record and in our memories. And I love Zeno giving respect to Byakuya. It's like, hey, I may not have seen eye to eye with him. We might have had different philosophies in life, but this man's was still a genius. He still did deserve his spot on the moon or on the in NASA. And while we may not have approached the situation in the same way, this was uniquely his own way, and I would expect nothing more. And I love that he says it with a smile. Like, bro respects Byakuya, even though he doesn't like him, or he doesn't get along with him. He doesn't see eye to eye with him. Whatever. But nah, man, I love that. And I am very interested when I do start reading the manga, to start kind of catching what got cut out of the anime and what got added into the anime, because I feel like that Zeno and Stanley scene is going to be not integral to per se. I guess unless Stanley pulls out a railgun, which who knows, but I feel like that's a very good character moment to understand the relationship between these two, how far back they go. Because I didn't realize that they were childhood best friends. Wink. I didn't realize they knew each other since childhood. I kind of assumed that they kind of met in the workforce. I know Stanley's in the military and Zeno's a NASA researcher, but I guess you could somehow meet at that point. I didn't realize just how far back that relationship went. So that only makes Stanley's drive to find Zeno even stronger, and it makes you connect with him even more. That's a great addition. That's a great anime addition. And Dr. Stone does this quite a lot. I think in that flashback episode, no, it wasn't a flashback episode. It was semi-flashback, like half of the episode was a flashback or something like that, where we got to see Zeno and Stanley's perspective of the petrification beam and what they did after they got petrified. Like right after they got petrified. I think that was anime original too, if I remember correctly. I like a bit how they still are showing the language barrier, but again, I wish they could put just a little thing on screen saying it so you know who can and can't speak English. Yeah, that's a thing. Like, I've said it once, and I guess I will say it again. For all of the boringness that is season 2 of A Devil Was a Part-Timer, one of my favorite bits is when in the dub, I think they do this in the Japanese version too, where like but the character's speaking English, but in the dub, instead of like there's a language barrier, and in that language barrier in the Japanese version it's just a guy speaking English, right? But in the dub it's Spanish, and it doesn't have to be Spanish, it's just coincidence that it's Spanish, right? But it's there's a guy speaking Spanish, and then the voice actor for Sadao Mao, the main character, does like his best to do Spanish too back to them. I would love to see that in more dubs. Again, it doesn't have to be Spanish, but just use a different language. Like, I know the whole point of a dub is not to read subtitles, and like I said with Dr. Stone, with this kind of premise, it would be a lot of subtitle work. But like, hey, if they would do it in the sub too, then it's fair. You know, it's like you know, the Japanese audience, they have to read subtitles. So like now the English audience has to read subtitles, and I think it just immerses you more into that world. But yeah, even if it's just like a little sign that goes, these four have no idea what anyone's saying, but these two know. Or just have like a thing saying like Stanley speaking translated, Stanley speaking Japanese translated to English. Just a little sign, just to know. Because sometimes I do forget, like, wait, why is Stanley, like, why are you guys asking? This guy is literally, it's not that this guy might know Japanese, this guy, or might know English, this guy is a stone person, so he has no idea what English means, like, he has no idea what it is. But yeah, that would be appreciated. Also, fire intro and ending. I can't speak much on the ending, as anything I say will be spoilers. Just know it is very, very relevant to the season. Oh, okay. I like that. I'm gonna have to look up the lyrics. Maybe at the end of this season. Right, yeah, it says season, right? Season or series? Let me see. It's this season. Okay, after the ending of the season, I'm definitely gonna have to look up the lyrics, because I really enjoyed that ending, both the song and visually. I love the colors. At first, I thought it was just gonna be the panning up the flower bed, because I think we saw Kohaku, Hyoga, and Tsukasa. I think we saw them, and I thought I was going to just keep panning up to see the rest of the cast, but then it cut and it started doing some more stuff. I loved the sequence when you're following constellations, and then they turn into Kohaku's leg, and then like it pans out, and then the constellations turn into the three running. That is awesome. And then as they're running, like the surface they're running on zooms out, and they're running across like a ring or the world. They're running across like a globe, and they're running on the ring. Oh my god, that was great visualization. It's nothing like special in terms of like, oh, characters running in an anime ending. Check that off the bingo card. But that is like this awesome visualization, and it's so perfect for Dr. Stone. And as of right now, this ending really sticks out to me. I know it's recency bias, but just from my memory of other endings, this is my second favorite ending, right behind the sand drawing ending. I can't get that ending out of my head. I love that. But those two are the top ones for me, and I'm glad to see that it is getting love. And I can't wait to read those lyrics. And shoot, do I want to watch that ending at the end of every episode? Maybe. And then Eevee in the Discord said, it was so good. We'll make a TikTok edit of my favorite scenes from the episode. Same for every episode of this core. Okay. At least, although this one will be out late because my birthday is Saturday. Oh, happy early birthday, Eevee. So yeah, if you guys like as you hear, Eevee does have a TikTok. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that. He makes anime edits. Might be spoilers, so like if you see a character on one of the thumbnails, like, oh, I know that character, don't watch that video maybe, unless you've seen that character, right? But no, he has a TikTok. He makes some pretty good edits. He's working on a ReZero edit right now, and brother is cooking. He's putting some effort into that one, and he's just starting out his TikTok creator journey. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go ahead. There's also gonna be a link to Sora. He's semi guest. I was gonna say co-host, not really. He's like a guest on the channel. I guest star in his videos sometime too, in the description, as well as a link to our Discord. But yeah, this is a solid episode, a great start to the season. All the pieces are in play right now, and next episode is going to be next episode is going to be pretty good. I think we're going to just get right into it, which we have 23 episodes left of this entire series, so a whole long season's worth of anime left of Dr. Stone, and then that's it. I'm both dreading and very excited to see how this wraps up. I want to see how it wraps up, but then I dread that we just we don't have any more Dr. Stone. And I love this series. I've been watching it for so long, and these characters, I love all of them. We've seen so much of them, and yet I feel like we haven't seen enough of them. But yeah, join next time. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Join the Patreon, join the Discord. Like I said, this episode, both the uncensored and the both the uncensored and the full length are free. Full length or early access / uncensored are free. Full length is free. The Discord is always free. Like I know some people have like join my YouTube members or join my Patreon and you can join the Discord. No, Discord always free. If you're ever curious, just check out the link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, do all this stuff. Let me know down below what you thought of this episode, and if you're excited to see the rest of it. No spoilers, please. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.